Do the intro. Go on. Welcome to Tackett's House of Horsepower. It's me, Steve Tackett, and Oliver and Scout. And this week, there's a small issue with the little 65, and we're gonna fix it. It's common. It happens sometimes when you run an MSD box. So I'll show you how to fix it. All right, so check this out. Hopefully this thing will start. Let's try. If that battery's still hanging in or not. Oops. Okay. That's a cold start. That's not bad. Say you got it running, right? And then you reach down and you turn the key off. And it keeps running. You see the generator light? Key's off. And it keeps running. Alright? That is a problem. you can't shut the car off. Okay, so the issue is it has to do with the alternator and this light bulb, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So the little 65 Nova, I've been driving it here and there, keeping it running. The battery's still hanging in. That's the one that died on us. I guess it took a charge. I put the trickle charger on it for about 2 days, and it seems to have come back around. So that's good. But the issue is when you turn the key off, it just keeps running. And that's a problem that happens sometimes with MSD ignition boxes. So it can happen with an internally regulated alternator, and it can happen with an externally regulated alternator. It doesn't matter. It has more to do with the idiot light on the dash. Okay? And that little brown wire right there. I believe it's this one. The brown wire backfeeds to the idiot light bulb. The problem with that bulb is I believe it's on the same circuit as the ignition switch power on circuit. So what happens is you turn the switch off, and because the alternator is running, it backfeeds to that bulb, and the bulb feeds the ignition circuit, and the ignition circuit keeps running. So you got a couple options. You can cut the wire, delete the idiot bulb, which I mean I could do because I have a gauge. I have a what's it called? Amp gauge, volt gauge, whatever. So I mean I don't need the idiot light, but there's another way to fix it. You just got to order one of these. Not you two. That. I'm kidding. But the part you need is in there. Let me open it up. I'll show you. Air cleaners. No, that won't. I do need those. I shouldn't be driving around without one. But I ordered some air cleaners. But what I need to fix the issue is this guy. And this is a diode kit. And let me open this up and show you what we're gonna do with it. Okay, so this is what comes in the kit. You get one diode and some heat shrink tube stuff. You get some instructions in case you need them. But yeah, it looks like it goes on that brown wire. Okay. And think of a diode. Basically, here's how it works. Think of a diode as a one-way door. It's a directional door. It allows electricity to only travel one direction, positive to negative. So in this case, it would be this direction. So this would be the positive side, and the side with the silver stripe on it is the negative side. I'll steal a picture off of the interwebs, and I'll have Sarah put it right there to show you what I'm talking about. It's the anode, cathode, positive, negative, you know, directional thing, whatever. Basically what we're gonna do is put this in line on that brown wire, okay? And it's only gonna allow electricity to travel one direction. So that way it can't backfeed and keep the car running after I turn the ignition switch off. So this should solve the problem, and we're gonna go ahead and cut that wire and solder it up. I don't wanna use these, I don't like crimping it. I don't trust that. We're gonna solder it. I'll show you, I have a little trick for soldering too, I'm gonna show you. Okay, first thing I wanna do is disconnect the battery because that red wire is hot. So you definitely don't want to touch that against anything. I need to disconnect this little harness. I'm going to unplug this plug, probably unplug that, and the red wire on the back of the alternator. And then I can pull this back a little ways. I'll probably put the diode in somewhere back here, so it's in that straightaway. So when I tape it up and stuff, it won't be too noticeable. I don't want it up here. So I'll probably put it down here somewhere. But first thing first, disconnect the battery, especially when you're working on this alternator. Like I said, it is hot all the time. Okay, so I stripped the electrical tape back a little ways. We'll put it somewhere here in this straightaway on that brown wire. And in our case, we need the silver stripe to be towards the alternator. So it needs to go like this. Now, if you got an older setup, if you have an externally regulated alternator, your regulator is going to be over here mounted in this corner, and it should have 4 wires coming out of the bottom of it. I think you'll want to use the same brown wire, and you'll have the silver stripe pointed towards the voltage regulator. Anyways, in our case, we're internally regulated, so we're going to put the silver stripe towards the alternator. All right, now check this out. This is my little secret. I don't know where I learned this, but it works great. Go get yourself an old mousetrap. The wooden one. You want a wooden one. And take all the stuff off of it, you know, for the latch and stuff. You just want the spring-loaded part. So you could take a wire and stick it in here, and a wire and stick it in here, and close it. And then you can solder on it all you want. Because, and it works great because it's wood, so it doesn't suck away all your heat. So the heat stays right where you want. And you know, you can get a pack of these for a couple bucks, and they work great. Keep this in your toolbox, and then especially when you're soldering on small stuff and you don't have extra hands, you can stick it where you want it, boom, close it, and then you could use both hands for the soldering. Because you need one hand for the solder and one hand for the soldering iron, you know what I mean? So this comes in super handy. That's my little tack-it tip for today. It's kind of hard for me to film it and do it at the same time, but you get the idea. See what I'm saying? Use the little mouse trap, holds it right there for me. My heat doesn't go anywhere else. The solder doesn't go anywhere else. If it does drip, it's not gonna drip anywhere. So, I mean, it's a mouse trap. What do you want? Okay, there we go. Both sides done. Looks like we got it. I just gotta slide this guy over and shrink wrap it. And then I'll retape this. You'll never even know it's there. There we go. See? You can't even tell. All right, now, the other issue was the air filter. I got a 4-inch air filter with a stock hood. What's the chances it's gonna clear? With a drop down base, I don't know. If not, I got a 3-inch on Down N Dirty. Maybe the 4-inch will fit on Down N Dirty and the 3-inch will fit over. I don't know. Let's see. Well, the 4-inch filter did not fit. Shocker. I had to go trade it with Down N Dirty. The 3-inch does fit. So we got an air filter. We hooked the battery back up. Now, the moment of truth. Can we start the vehicle and shut it off? Let's find out. You're gonna find out with me. Okay, let's give it a pump. Here we go. Oh, yes. The diode trick worked. It shuts off as soon as you turn the key. Perfect. I couldn't be happier. And the generator light does work. Key on, light goes on, turns off. Yeah, it's a known issue with MSD boxes. They have capacitors in them and stuff. And what ends up happening is if any source of electricity can maintain the capacitor, it'll continue to fire and the engine will continue to run. So yeah, it's a known issue. Sometimes it happens, but simple diode fix and it takes care of it. Well, there it is. I think that's going to do it this week. I think she's ready to go to the alignment shop. And I need to get some front tires bad. This thing it's rubbing seriously bad. So I need to get a set of front rims and tires, front end alignment. And then I think it's street legal, it's ready. So I think this thing's come a long way. Pretty happy with it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, hit subscribe, comment, any of that stuff, the bell, any of that stuff helps me out a lot. And till next time, see ya.